So today we had a slow day, which is to be expected, where this daily order block was created after a large range expansion day. Jumping into the 1 hour time frame on the bottom right hand of your charts on TradingView, if you toggle ETH electronic trading hours to RTH regular trading hours, you'll get this chart. And this is your opening range gap. I'm going to have the high, the middle, and low of it marked up, and we're going to see some sensitivity around those areas. 1 hour time frame is pretty straightforward what we had for the day. This is the obviously the 1 hour view of this entire daily order block range. And on that 1 hour time frame, we had essentially London session, sell side liquidity was taken out to then reach for buy side liquidity, 1 hour rejection block, and the price came down, leaving a 1 hour for value gap, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, opening bell, 1 hour for value gap tap, taking out sell side liquidity, tapping into 1 hour for value gap, and then we had later on in the morning session a retracement back into the 1 hour for value gap to then essentially make its way down into the first presented fair value gap of yesterday, Monday, which was the drawn liquidity, and we took take out sell side liquidity. So essentially, this move to the downside was after the trading day is over, after New York session. This was Asian session around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or so, and then this is what my charts look like, all decorated. So essentially, these are your my PD arrays that I just showed you guys. Just to kind of clarify again, opening range gap high, low. 50% of it is a yellow dotted line of this level again. So then we had 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, market open, opening bell right there. We tapped into the 1 hour for value gap, institutional order flow entry drill, tapping into or reaching for this 1 hour for value gap, taking out sell side liquidity, and then making our way down a little bit more into the 1 hour 50% wick, coming back up, and then tapping into the yellow dotted line, which is the 50% of the opening range gap that I showed you guys right here. The 50% of that is also in line with the 1 hour fair value gap. So confluence within confluence, and then price started basically was slow for the rest of the day. So it's not really much to trade until essentially after the trading day was over and New York was closed, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, roughly, we had the collapse down into the first presented fair value gap yesterday, Monday, and then that was the drawn liquidity, and then we took out sell liquidity right there as well. So um, that is your 1 hour time frame. 15-minute time frame is not really much to see other than the fact that we had a after we tapped after we came down, and I believe, let me just double check. I'm just obviously doing this on the fly. Okay, so we tapped into this 1 hour for fair value gap for the first time right here, and that's what we have right here. The retracement back up. 15-minute fair value gap. You could have taken that if you know what you're doing and if you're experienced. This is your quick little scalp institutional order flow entry drill to the buy side liquidity. And that's pretty much all that's really relevant for that time on the 15. And then this is what it would look like all decorated. Again, it's not really much relevancy. It's too much. It's a lot of information. Excuse me. And then we have ourselves on the 5 minute time frame, 5 minute fair value gap, 5 minute fair value gap. These are institutional order flow entry drills that you could take to sell side liquidity and then to buy side liquidity. And then we have a um, fair value gap right there, which was pretty much the rest of the day, which was pretty slow. And then just this is what it would look like all decorated as we see. And then um, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys in the 5 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so the 1 minute time frame, we have ourselves a first presented fair value gap for the day, Monday, which is in line with the 5 minute institutional order flow entry drill that we see here. First presented fair value gap right there as well. Like I'm showing you guys on the 5 minute, it's on the 1 minute time frame there. So it's a very sensitive area. Expansion up into the buy side liquidity. And honestly, I'm just going to show you guys real quick on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. So this 1 hour time frame, I want to show you guys how today's first presented fair value gap on the 1 minute time frame right there that I just showed you guys. Okay, this first presented fair value gap for the day, draw that out in time for the rest of the week. And then we can see that towards the end of New York session, it provided basically the setup for the post New York session drop into sell side liquidity right there and into the first presented fair value gap right there. So essentially what we have is this one first presented fair value gap in line with a 1 hour balanced price range. So you see this 1 hour balanced price range from the low of this candle to the high here. I didn't mark it up, but First presented fair value gap on the 1 minute time frame for the day in line with the balanced price range is what we saw price tap into, respect and reject off of to set which was basically, it was the catalyst for the drop down into sell side liquidity, and then first presented fair value gap yesterday. And that's what it will really look like on the lower time frame, 5 minute time frame. This drop right there that I keep referencing right there is this on the 5 minute time frame. There's a balanced price range within here, and then boom. And that's pretty much it.